on the channel, it might be 90 degrees outside, but it's cold inside with the Arctic Bat G.I. Joe Classified Series unboxing and review.
The spirit of Olympian Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another G.I. Joe Classified Series unboxing and review. And today on the channel we got an interesting one, as we got the brand new Arctic Bat. But for all your Arctic Bat needs and a whole lot more, make sure you're hitting up DJC Collectibles. Use discount code 8OFFDJC to save yourself 8% on your total order. Gotta get a deal out there. That's exactly what I did, as I did pick this up at DJC Collectibles. And the bats, no stranger to the Classified Series. I guess these are the favorite army builder, and there are a lot of reasons for that, because they're so easy to customize, obviously. And a lot of people say, why so many snake eyes? Why so many bats? Why so many of this? Well, they got to get the most out of their molds, and getting the most out of their molds to save money with things like this gets us new characters like Tunnel Rat, things like that. So it's a little bit of a give and take, and guess what? It's not just G.I. Joe line that does this. All the lines do this. That's just the way the toy business does operate in 1982 and 2023. That's just the way it goes. But of course, we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And this is an interesting one. Of course, we're no stranger to bats, as we do know. We've had multiple versions. We'll compare them later in this video. But this one was kind of in the background. We did see Snow Job, and we saw him as the Arctic Bat lurking in the background, a little Easter egg action. And then it just kind of seemingly came out of nowhere. They announced it, and bam, a couple days later, these were shipping out from certain retailers, DJC Collectibles, where I picked this one up. Now, very interesting way to go to market. Now, we've seen some of this recently. We've seen the Tunnel Rat artwork. You see some zombie Cobra officers in the background. We're seeing some Storm Shadow in the back of the new Desert Snake Eyes. So little Easter eggs there, really stoking the flames out there, getting people saying, oh, what's coming next, what's coming next, keeping us on our toes. I am here for that, and you guys know I do love the G.I. Joe line after all. But there's the old Arctic Bat in the newer style packaging. We do know plastic will be coming back next year, but I don't hate this package as far as the looks of this one. I think it is improved on the last incarnation of the kind of weird cartoon artwork, so I really do like the artwork on this one a lot better. You got the bat right there, the classified G.I. Joe logo, all the accessories up there in the corner. What's it say here? 4 and up, plastic-free packaging, choking hazard, all that fun stuff. He is number 69! That's what he is in the G.I. Joe Classified Series. Looking good. You get the old QR code if you want to scan it and find out some more details. Once again, you get the Arctic Bat. You get the old 69 down there. Then on the back, we get a bunch of gibberish, jibber-jabber down at the bottom. We get some glamour shots, things like that. Interesting to note, it looks like he is 6'5", and I guess I never really thought about how big a bat was. I guess I just assumed maybe 6 foot, 6'1", something like that. I never thought of them as being 6'5", but I don't know, makes sense, I guess. And we see a lot of new parts with this, but some old favorite parts as well, and that's kind of the name of the game, of course, getting the most out of your molds, as we always do talk about here on the channel. Let's pull them out, see what's going on, let's see what all the fuss is about. And let me tell you, there's always fuss when there's a new G.I. Joe Classified Series. See you later. Released to the world, and the bat is no different. And this one, similar but different is what we're going to call this. There he is in the old cardboard prison. Always here for a little cardboard prison action. You guys know that. Going to cut him free from these ropes. And it's always interesting. They don't use the plastic straps in the Classified. They've been using these ropes, which is interesting for sure. But we do got that. Going to pull him out. And then, of course, in the back there, you get the old artwork of the bat. Looking interesting. See you later. Definitely looking different than some of his bat brethren we've seen in the past. But definitely looking good right there. See you later. Goodbye. And then we do get the little road case going on. It does say Arctic Bat, number 69. Looking nice. Great for dioramas. Great for display. Great for storage, as we do know. Got one of these guys. Bam. See you later. Spider-Man style. With the old Arctic Bat here. Going to close this up. Give it the old see you later. Off to the side. Goodbye. Get the old G.I. Joe parchment paper. This thing is just full of goodies. We're going to dive into right here. Let's see what's going on. See what all the fuss is about. And oh, there's always fuss, like I did say. So see you later. Goodbye. And let's look at these accessories first before we dive into the Cobra Bat figure here. But we do get the big old weapon here. We get the big old blaster gun. Now, we didn't get this with our previous version of bats. I guess this is for some Arctic work there. You get the tripod that does fold down, very good, like that a whole lot. Then you got this, I don't know what you call this thing, but it's right next to the handle. Looks like it almost holds ammunition in there. Oh, there you go. So you can just plug that back in, lock that in, it's loaded, it's ready to go. So I do like that. That's very cool. A lot of people might miss that if they're not paying attention, that's for sure. But definitely looks good. You got the all-black weapon here. You got the little side piece here that hang him over. You can store it on his shirt, whatever he needs to do. Clothes, Robotniks, whatever you want to call it. You do get a little bit of white against the black, of course, to fit in with the snow theme. Looking really nice there. You could put a blast effect. I think I have one just sitting right here. You can put a blast effect on the end of this weapon if you really needed to. Maybe not, as I lose it onto the floor. To the carpet monster. That's kind of the way the day's been going here today, but interesting right there. Nice little weapon action. Oh, it looks like we've got like a silencer here. Put that on the end. I guess he's sniping somebody from the hill. You got that. You plug that into the end of the weapon. If you want to, you can choose your own weapon adventure, as we like to say here. Now, we do get some familiar parts here. Of course, we get the chest plates on these. We get a damaged one. We get one in white with the Cobra emblem. We've seen these before. Of course, army builders. Got to get 3 of them. Give them all the different emblems, all that kind of stuff. I'm here for that. So we've seen those before as well. We do get a weapon here, a little side piece here. We've seen this with all the other Cobra bats. This one all in a gray color. Looks good. Of course, has a holster on the side to put that one into if you need to. And then we get some interesting things here. What is this? So this is interesting. This is a new plate. We haven't seen this before. So this is a brand new plate for the front there. It looks like he's holding some, pockets of things. Whatever he needs to store in his pocket. Whatever a robot needs to put in here. Does he put a Snickers bar in there? I don't know what he's doing. But it's all gray color. Very interesting, I would assume. Plugs in perfectly. Yes, it does. Very interesting. Makes it feel very different than your bats of before. It definitely feels different with that. And as much as we've had a lot of bat reuse, of course, the Python Patrol, Crimson Guard, the regular bat, this one does feel different. So I do like that. I do like they made this one feel a lot different than some of the other ones for sure. Now, we do get the backpack going on. We've seen this before as well. You can store accessories in the peg holes here. Nothing too new with this. Of course, just a new color instead of the black like we saw in the past. And then we do get this one. This is a game changer. You got to put this on your Cobra bat. It is, of course, the chainsaw hand. Yes, the chainsaw hand. It's for carving people up like a young Leatherface, or I guess if you're in the Arctic, you're trying to work your way through the forest, you can just saw some trees as you're walking through, marching through. I think that makes a heck of a lot of sense. But I like the heaviness of this. We've had some chainsaws in the past and wrestling lines, other ones. Even the NECA ones, they don't feel as good and strong. This has got a nice strength to it. This plastic here is a nice firm plastic. I am here for that. Feels really, really good to me. So there you go. Now we get these heads here, and one feels like what we've had before. This one feels totally different. This almost looks like a Fortnite type head, like something out of the Fortnite line. It definitely feels like a bat, but definitely feels totally different. You got that kind of big Cyclops-like eye in the middle of the forehead there. You got the red dots around it. You got the black, silver, all mechanical looking. You got kind of a mechanical mouth as well. The back does feel more like a Cobra bat than the front, like mask is, for lack of a better term. It definitely feels different. Definitely looks different. Looks a little bit scarier. I can just see this thing lighten up with all the red. That would be very cool to look at, but definitely a different head. And then you do get a more iconic head. Of course, it is a reuse from the bat heads, this time in white. I do like kind of the color, the polarized color. Is that what it's called? In the mask there. That does look really cool. Looks like a pair of sunglasses, things like that. Oh, right there on the side of the helmet, it says Arctic Polarized. So there you go. Arctic Polarized on the bat head. Definitely looking cool. Definitely making this one feel like more of an army builder. You get a couple wearing this head. You get this one as the leader Arctic bat. He's leading the troops through. He's going his own way. That's kind of how that one feels to me. So now we got the head done, and the next thing, I look at that chest plate. That blue against that black really does pop. Feels very different from the previous incarnations. Really like that a whole lot. Looks really, really good. Then, of course, the whole jumpsuit here being a nice Arctic white. Of course, you're blending in the Arctic. You got to have white on. I think that looks really good as well. We got some new shoulder covers on these bats. That is something we haven't had in the past either. We got the big old neck, a very robotic neck on there, especially with this head, making it feel even more robotic. Robotic? Yeah, sure, you know what I mean. Articulation on this bad boy here, you do get the butterfly shoulders, which is always nice. You got the arms all the way around. Bicep cut. Double jointed Pinless elbows. I guess they're pinless. Yeah, they're pinless. Hands back, forth, side to side. No extra hands with this guy. So that's interesting. Outside of the chainsaw hand, of course. Then you do get the ab crunch. You do get the waist articulation. Head all over the place. Then even the neck has movement to it as well. So some double articulation up there, which is always nice. Big old splits if you need them. Thigh cut. And then, of course, the drop down hips. It wouldn't be G.I. Joe Classified without those drop down hips. Double jointed pinless knees here for that as well. Boot cut, and then ankles back, forth, side to side, looking really good there on the Arctic Bat. Very robotic. What am I looking at? Robotic, I guess. Robotic arms, Robotnik. I keep wanting to talk some Sonic the Hedgehog, like I'm talking to my daughter Emma. But very robot-like arms on this bad boy here on both sides. Definitely looking like a robot. You do got a nice waist belt around here. Something different. He's got some pockets. He's storing stuff. Of course, these guys, let's say there's some Arctic troopers leading with these bats. These guys can carry some of the supplies, some of the stuff, because they're robots after it all. They don't get too tired. You do got the holster on the side. We did talk about that as well. Just a very cool figure and something that feels like home, but feels different at the same time. Definitely feels different than the other bats, but also very similar at the same time. So there you go. I definitely like what I see here. I'm definitely picking up a few more of these before all is said and done. Does he fit on a ringside stand? Well, you know he does. Fits perfectly right there on the old ringside collectible stand. But definitely, you got two heads here. You got three different chest panels. And then you got the open chest panel. There's a lot of ways to build this out. And it'll be interesting to see how well they build out the winter Arctic forces for Joes and Cobras to kind of build a team together around this one if you want to. So a very, very cool one. A very, very fun one. And of course, like I said, we did have some other bats in the past. And you can move the heads. The heads are interchangeable between these guys. Don't forget that either. We got the Crimson Guard bat. You got your traditional bat, the one everybody knows about, of course. The OG bat, we'll call him. And then the Python Patrol bat as well, the Target exclusive. So we got 4 bats now. Can you believe it? We're batting 1,000, some may say. He doesn't want to stand up. Maybe I'll throw him on a ringside collectible stand as well. There we go. Now he'll stand. Now he'll stand. There it is. So we do have that. And then, of course, we're going over to Super 7. You never know when you might need to march over there. We got the comic version of Bat. And we got the regular version of the bat. Of course, these are a little bit bigger than the G.I. Joe Classified ones, as we do know. But definitely a cool one. Definitely fun. I'm here for all these bats. I kind of groaned a little bit when I did see this one, but now getting it in hand, I like it a heck of a lot more than I thought I would. And now I'm very excited to get a few more of these bats. Just like all of his brethren over here, I got a few different ones of those. So I'm an army builder, apparently, at the end of the day for the G.I. Joe brand. And the Arctic Bat and all of his bat brothers are leading the way for everything else. That is for sure. But very, very fun figure, this Arctic Bat. Easy pickup for me. But what about you? Easy pickup, easy pass. I know a lot of people are getting sick of some of these repaints. And of course, as the line gets bigger, we're at figure 69 right here. Not everybody's a completionist anymore. I totally get that as well. But let me know your thoughts on this Arctic Bat. I think it looks pretty cool, but you guys tell me in the comments down below. Of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell, as we got videos every single day, and then some. Yes, you heard it right, and then some. We got more content for you on the Patreon channel, including early access to videos like this, bonus content, exclusive content, giveaways, Q&As, you name it. A lot going on over the old Patreon channel, and best of all, you do support the channel. You can also support the channel over at ProWrestlingTees.com, search Kyle Peterson, pick up a t-shirt, and don't forget social media. SirPaul64 is where you'll find me on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. So for the Arctic Bat, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.